Hi lovely people, and welcome to Little Moments, Big Shifts, the podcast that empowers you to prioritise yourself and evolve into the person you were always meant to be. I'm your host, Emma Longbottom, founder of Wellbeing with Emma. Welcome. Let's get into today's episode. Hi my lovelies, and welcome to this week's podcast. And I'm going to start with explaining where I've been. So if you are someone who listens every week, and thank you very much if you are one of those people, I'm very, very grateful that you're here. You might have noticed if you listen regularly that I've had a few weeks off, and I wasn't planning to do that. I was planning to show up here every week and be present and be consistent. But I've been working on something really exciting and really big, and I just needed to put all my energy into that. And so for the last few weeks, I've just had to take a little bit of time away from doing things like this podcast and posting on like social media and marketing and all sorts of different things, because I am really excited to tell you that I have been writing a book. Now, it's not finished yet, but I have finished the first draft. And it's just taken a lot of energy, and I've just needed to put all my energy, all of my time into that, really, other than teaching my yoga classes. So yeah, that's really exciting. So it will be out later this year. I'm not entirely sure exactly when yet, but I've finished the first draft. And the first draft is with my editor, and then I will get that back at the end of this week, and then I've got to make some edits based on the conversation that we're going to have, based on what her advice is, and then it will go to some people who are my beta readers who will read it and comment for me, and people who would be my readers, and then I will make another draft, and then it will go back to my editor for final version. So it's all exciting, it's all in process, and it honestly, guys, but I wanted to talk about it a bit because I've enjoyed it so much, and I've really felt at times that I'm just in flow. And I don't know if you've ever felt like this, but sometimes when you're doing something that just feels so right, and you just sort of, the time just flies past and you don't even notice, and it just feels like it's just pouring out of you without you having to put much effort in. So a lot of it has really just felt like that. I really it didn't even come from me. It wasn't even like my human side. It was like my soul self that just poured out and just tapped away at the keyboard for hours and hours and hours. And then there's been some days where it's been really hard, and I've been trying to piece bits together, or I've been trying to edit, or I've been trying to make sure it all flows, and reading it all, and it's been really tiring because it's not the kind of work I usually do. I've always written a lot, and I do write blogs, and I do write social media content and emails and all that sort of stuff. And even in my other job, I used to write loads of reports, hundreds and hundreds of reports. So, but this was very different because this is a book about my experience and about my life, and trying to offer my experience as guidance for other people. So it's been a lot to think about, a lot to, I don't know what the word is really. It's just been a lot, and it's been really tiring just spending so much time at my laptop as well, which I sort of try not to do since I left my corporate job, and I used to have to be at the desk all the time. I normally take a bit more time away, but I've just needed to be at my desk, or I've been reading, and reading a whole book in one go is quite tiring. So anyway, I'm not saying that because I'm woe is me, but I'm just trying to explain where I've been and why I've just been sort of focusing on that, because it just felt like it needed all my energy and it deserved all my energy. And I'm really proud of it so far, but I'm sure the final version that you guys see will be so much better than where it is right now. But I've written the most I've ever written in my whole life, because I did a maths degree, so I never actually did a dissertation. I've done, like, when I've been doing training courses and things like that, I've done like essays and assignments and things like that, but never anything like that. So I think I'm over 45,000 words so far, so it's a lot. It's like nearly 90 pages of A4. It is it's a lot. So I don't know, I haven't told you what it's called, have I? So my working title at the moment is Why Prioritising Rest Will Change Your Life. And it is about my experience of, for those of you who don't know, where, like, 11 years ago now, when I first started on my little adventure into sort of self-healing and yoga and all the things that the magical things that I teach about now and I share. Before that, I had chronic back pain for quite a number of years, and I was also struggling with recurring laryngitis, so I kept losing my voice, and it just kept going for like weeks at a time. I would have no voice at all. And it was really finding yoga and mindfulness that set me on a journey of doing something. Oh, no, I said the word journey and I was really trying not to. It just gets so overused, and I always hear it in Danny Minogue's voice from X Factor. You've been on a journey. That's a really rubbish Australian accent. Apologies to anyone Australian listening. But yeah, so on this little, life-changing sort of adventure that I've been on, that was the first step, was finding like yoga and mindfulness, and then rest. And once I found rest, and I realised that I just needed to stop doing all of the things and trying to be all of the things and worrying about what everybody else thought and putting shame on myself and thinking that I had to stay busy all the time. Once I realised that actually, no, that's not right, and that's not actually helpful, and that my body couldn't heal unless I rested. Once I sort of understood that, it really changed things for me. So that's what this book explores. My own experience, my experience of teaching and guiding other people and sharing these practices. But then it's also a really practical book that allows you time to reflect, and also gives like little exercises and little practices that you can try yourself, little ways to rest and pause and just take a bit of time for yourself. So I'm really excited for you guys to get your hands on it later this year, and I will let you know as soon as it is ready to pre-order, which I will try. I don't know exactly when that will be. I'm not going to set myself any deadlines because I don't know, but it will be definitely later in 2026. And I'm so excited to share it with you. It feels right, and it feels exciting, and I think I'll leave it there for this week, my loves. So just wanted to tell you a little bit about it, because I know people have been asking me and people have been wondering where I was. So that is where I've been. I've been in a little writing cave. All right, my lovelies, I shall see you next week. I promise I will be back next week. All right, I hope you take some time to prioritise yourself this week, and I look forward to seeing you soon.